Hi guys! I thought it was time for another story. I know it's been a little bit. So before I start, the story I picked today would have gone along with what we would have been doing if we were at school right now. So this time of year at school in first grade in reading and writing, we talk about fairy tales. So maybe you've seen that on your online lessons, maybe it's coming, I'm not sure, but we usually spend lots of time reading fairy tales. So I have a fairy tale for you. It's a story that you know, but it's a little bit different, has a little bit of a twist. So I'm gonna read you a version of The Little Red Riding Hood, but this one is called Ninja Red Riding Hood. So some of you might have heard this, maybe this is brand new, but I love these books. They are so funny and so silly. And you know I love funny and silly. It's like my thing. Okay, here we go. This is Ninja Red Riding Hood by Corey Rosen Schwartz and illustrated by Dan Santat. All right. So there's Little Red. She's walking. Ninja Red Riding Hood. Once upon a ninja-filled time, a wolf couldn't catch any prey. He kept getting licked by the dinner he picked and was growing more ticked by the day. Means he's growing madder and madder every day. I also really like the pictures in this book because they're very action-y, almost like a comic book or a comic strip you might look at. His belly was aching for bacon. I'm wasting away, he complained. To huff and to puff was no longer enough. Now, think about that. First, think about what animal does bacon come from? Okay, got it? A pig, right? Now, to huff and to puff. What fairy tale story does that come from? Huff and puff. Let's see, bacon, pigs, huff and puff. Do you guys think this is the same wolf from the Three Little Pigs? Maybe so. Let's see. So he snuck into school to be trained. Look closely at the pictures. What type of school do you think this is? You think maybe ninja school? He practiced his katas for hours and mastered the whirlwind and wheel. He jackknifed and flipped, and at last he felt equipped to once again catch a good meal. All right. So he thinks after he did some ninja training, well, maybe he can catch a good meal. Drooling with anticipation, he set off in search of some meat. While deep in the wood, he met Riding Hood. I'm bringing my grandma a treat. The wolf licked his chops when he saw her and hastily thought up a plan. There are blossoms that way. You can pick a bouquet to give to your little old gran. Is the wolf being honest? Do you think he's really trying to help Little Red? Think about that. Then the wolf took a shortcut to Grandma's where he thought he'd find her in bed. But Granny was gone, so he put a robe on and eagerly waited for Red. So in this version, the grandma's already gone. He doesn't have to eat her. So that's good news. Soon after he heard someone knocking, he called out, "My dear, come on in." Oh, don't you look good in your lovely red hood? But a shame you've gotten so thin. Little Red's like, I'm sure about this. Little Red took a look at Granny and said, what on earth did you do? I could swear that your eyes have completely changed size. And hey, Gran, are you sure that's you? Of course it's me, my sweet darling. The better to see you, my dear. And your ears, something really seems wrong. Oh, my girl, the better to hear. Now, I want you to look at these. We talked about these at the very beginning of the year. What do these kind of look like that we do in our writing? They look like our speech bubbles, don't they? So they're using speech bubbles in this book when the characters are talking. And those biceps, my gosh, they look massive. And your triceps and delts are immense. The better for hugging, her grandma said, shrugging. Dear Red, that's just plain common sense. And these teeth, they look so much sharper. Why, yes, all the better to chew. Uh-oh. Chew what, you think? He jumped out of bed to gobble up Red, but let's see. But she'd gone to ninja school too. Ooh, he wasn't ready for that, was he? No, he wasn't. Look at her. All right. She grappled and sideswiped and twisted and escaped from his clutches unscratched. She attempted a lock, but he managed to block. They appeared to be evenly matched. So it's kind of like a tie right now. No one's winning, no one's losing. All right. Just then they both heard someone chopping. A woodsman? Red thought. But instead, it was Gran in her G. She'd just come from Tai Chi. Don't you dare harm a hair on her head. Just from using my brain, in the picture here, I'm guessing that when it says she was in her G, that's probably this karate or Tai Chi uniform she's wearing here. The wolf took a swing at that instant, but Red deftly dodged the attack. She got a good grip, threw him over her hip, and the wolf wound up flat on his back. Oh. See, the pictures in here are kind of almost like an action movie. They have lots of movement lines, lots of things going on in the pictures. Pretty interesting to look at. Oh, skedaddle, the wolf said in anguish as he struggled back up to his feet. Just a second, you beast. You will not be released till you promise to give up red meat. Though his tummy still rumbled with hunger, the wolf faced his rivals and vowed, Ninja Red, you have won. My meat days are done. Oh, Red Chan, said Gran, I'm so proud. All right, so the wolf promises he's not going to eat any more meat. So he's not going to go after any more little pigs. He's not going to go after any more little girls. Promise to give up meat. Then Red and the wolf bowed politely, and Grandma gave him half her peach pie. Well, wow, that was nice of Grandma. The wolf was a mess. He'd had way too much to stress. I guess I'll have to give yoga a try. because yoga is much more calming, much more peaceful. He enrolled at the Downward Dog Center, where his tension began to decrease. He studied with yogis, said no to meat hoagies, that's a type of sandwich, and felt at last truly at peace. There he is. He's at the yoga center now. So now he's going to be a peaceful wolf. And he's walking off. That was all. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's one of my favorites. So silly and funny. Maybe if mom or dad or someone's around, give them your best karate chop. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you next time. Bye.